We have new information tonight about the infamous Trump Tower meeting between the president's son, Donald Trump Jr., and some of his father's campaign ads, as well as a Russian lawyer who supposedly had damaging information about Hillary Clinton, or that was thought of at the time. Correspondent Peter Doocy is on Capitol Hill tonight with the latest.
Donald Trump Jr. said he kept his dad in the dark in June 2016 when Russians came calling with potential dirt on opponent Hillary Clinton. Congressional investigators asked, did he say, why wasn't I told about this meeting? No, he didn't. Did you find that odd? No, because he wasn't aware of it. The meeting almost didn't happen, according to the music promoter with Russian clients who set it up. Rob Goldstone told Congress, I believed it was a bad idea and that we shouldn't do it. And I gave the reason for that being that I am a music publicist. Politics I knew nothing about. Once the meeting started, things unfolded like this, according to Ike Kavaladze, a U.S. citizen of Georgian descent who works for a group run by a Russian oligarch. Mr. Trump asked if they got anything on Hillary, and to which Mr. Akhmetshin responded, why don't you do your own research on her? We gave you the idea. But Rinat Akhmetshin, a Russian lobbyist, was asked by investigators, was there any discussion of anything that might reasonably be considered collusion between the Trump campaign and the Russian government? Not the way I understand it, no. Trump Jr. told Congress that the meeting was instead primarily focused on Russian adoptions. Today, Trump Jr. said, the public can now see that for over 5 hours I answered every question asked and was candid and forthright with the committee. Democratic lawmakers, not so sure.
I have no confidence that he has told the whole truth.
So the top Republican on the Judiciary Committee may bring Trump Jr. back to testify again.
I'll take it under advisement.
This morning, Obama-era intel officials briefed a bipartisan group of senators about how they came to the conclusion that Russians meddled to help Trump in an Intelligence Community Assessment, or ICA, which reportedly relied on the infamous unverified dirty dossier. And in a break with House Republicans, Republican Chairman Richard Burr now says, quote, we see no reason to dispute the conclusions. Today's talk with the Obama-era spy chiefs, according to one Democrat in attendance, focused less on Trump campaign collusion and more on Russians using Facebook and Twitter to interfere.
We never had social media to this extent in any other election before.
Former CIA Director John Brennan and former National Security Advisor James Clapper were not chatty, leaving their closed-door meeting.
What can you tell us about what you told the committee today, sir?
So the last generation of spy chiefs was characteristically tight-lipped. As the next generation got a step closer to the director's office at Langley, Gina Haspel was easily confirmed today by the Intel Committee. Next stop, a full Senate confirmation vote. It could be as early as tomorrow. Brett?
Peter Doocy live on the Hill. Peter, thank you.